All right, hello everybody. This is Jessie with Green Eyed Ambition. I am a business coach, specifically working with individuals that are in the food and event industry with being able to create back office systems so that their business can grow and thrive. I'm extremely excited about going live today and having a conversation with you on a topic that I have been discussing a lot more frequently on my page today. Well, not today, but I've been talking about on my page in the last couple of weeks, and it's about building systems. I find that it's a not so spoken terminology that happens in the food and event industry. I often hear about it more or less when it comes to those of us that may be in business coaching or certain levels of business systems and processes is a way of life. Unfortunately, I don't hear it often spoken about when it comes into the hospitality realm, when it comes to event planners and caterers and people of that type of business structure. So today I really wanted to take time to have a conversation with you about this specific topic. But before I get started, I do want to let you know that I am actually doing a masterclass today on how to create a booking system. If you are interested in getting information about this class when it's repackaged as a self-paced course, please feel free to DM me on Instagram or on Facebook at Green Eyed Ambition, or you can actually comment in the comment section of this video so that I can make sure I send you over some information. And we are going to go ahead and get started. So I do apologize. This is my second time using this broadcasting app. So I am excited and a little bit nervous at the same time. So please forgive me. Okay, so today I wanted to talk about what systems are needed to run a profitable food and event business. I have over 9 years of experience running my own event planning company. Before I got into that, I actually worked in sales and account management for a large international chemical company. So I had to learn that it was super important to make sure you knew steps so that things ran more smoothly compared to doing some things here and doing some things there and always feeling a little bit chaotic. And so I was able to apply some of my previous experiences and my degree in business management with a hospitality focus to understand how is it that some companies become international, and why is it that some companies kind of stay stuck in being quote unquote a smaller type business. So I took on probably 3 years into my company, understanding that it was so important to be able to know how my company could actually grow. I don't know if you can relate to this, and you can comment and ask any questions. I'll make sure that I go back and look at the questions after this live and address those at that time period. But I remember when I first started getting into having a certain amount of growth in my business, it hit me that, okay, I don't have the capacity to take on more. I know I need to take on more to be able to hit a certain revenue and income goal, but how do I do that if I don't have the capacity? So I went to really looking at what are the steps and processes that I am doing on a regular basis that are helping me with growing my business, but putting it in an organized way. So when you are hearing about systems, in reality, having a system is going to be your steps and processes. That is the easiest basic definition that I can give you. So when you are hearing someone saying it's important to have booking systems or to have systems in your business, they are saying steps and processes. So when I am talking today about what are some of the systems that I like to do that will help with having a successful event or food industry business, I'm going to be breaking down some areas within your business that it would be great to start including steps and processes so that your business can grow. Okay, So I'm going to go over 3 specific areas that are very helpful for you to start looking into this. Okay, the first step that I had to really become present to was that with the business growing, I needed to have some type of process and structure to get people into my contact funnel. This is extremely important because if everyone is always calling you and you're not actually capturing information, it's serving no point. That may be counterproductive for some people. They're like, if they called and they didn't want anything, so why would I want their information? Here's the thing, someone may not work with you today, but that does not mean that they won't work with you in the future. So it's important to make sure that you're constantly nurturing anybody that is reaching out to your company, because every person that reaches out will not actually buy or purchase from you today, but that does not mean that they won't buy or purchase from you tomorrow. And it definitely does not mean that they will not send you any referrals. So it's important to remember that you want to have a system on how you're going to handle your leads and contacts. So I went ahead and set up a contact form. This was a game changer for me because it started to allow me to nurture relationships regardless if they purchase or not. And then it also helped me with not always feeling so obligated to just take down information and have sticky notes all over the place. If you ever have been that person that has sticky notes all over your desk, you probably know exactly what I'm talking about right now. But I didn't have any structure, and I did not have any structure that was actually helping my business grow. So the first system I had to tackle was, what am I going to do when people are reaching out to me? Where do I want to direct them? If I have a social media page, where am I directing them to? It's not just my website. It's going to be an area that I am giving them some information. I am a firm believer that people that have event businesses and food businesses, you should also have a contact form and or a landing page. Both are highly beneficial for you, especially if you are actively doing ad campaigns and marketing. A landing page will probably get you more of a turnaround than just directing people to your website. The reason why I say that is because with websites, if you have a lot of options for someone to select and look at on your website, they may get distracted and not know exactly where to go or what to do. So I am a big proponent of making sure that you make it easy that people that are wanting to reach out to you, having a landing page that clearly states what you're doing, and allowing them an opportunity to opt into your email list. So it is important to have an email list as well. I talk about this often on my Instagram page. If you do want the video that I did on email lists and how they benefit our industry, please send me a DM or comment below and I'll make sure I send that off to you. The second area that I believe it's important to have a system and structure set up is understanding your customer journey. I was not present to customer journey until about 5 years ago when I started to use a platform called 17 Hats. I'll make sure I'll have a link to them in the caption and in the bio, so then you can check them out. I currently do use HoneyBook. So both of those are really great options depending on your business structure and your needs within your company. It wasn't until I went to a training and someone explained that it's important to understand how you're wanting to build people's trust and confidence in booking and hiring you throughout the entire process. The easiest way that I can describe your customer journey is the actual process that your customer is going through from lead. You can have it start at your lead and initial contact, but for me, my customer journey is really from when they sign their contract through the execution of the event, and me asking for a review. I want it to be that my customers are not only hearing from me when I am talking about money. If you're only reaching out to your customers on your deposit and the payment that's due, there's not going to be a real connection that's going to be created. This does depend on the type of business you do have. I find that if you do have a more elevated brand and a more elevated clientele, it takes a little bit more than that to actually nurture a relationship. When you make your relationship extremely transactional, where you pay me, I do something, and that's it, that may not be enough for the person to be loyal. What has worked with me in my business is I am very relational. I have had it where my clients, because I work with corporations, I have had it when a person left from one business, then went to another business, and they still brought the company along with them. They're like, hey, Jesse, I no longer work at this company, but I work at this company. I still want to work with you. How do we make this happen? That's because a relationship is built. If we're only talking about the transaction, then they're going to just treat me as the person that's running their event and just pretty much a helper. I don't want to be a helper. I want to be someone that is valued. I want for my customer to feel valued, and it's super, super important to me. So your customer journey will depend on your target market, your brand, your actual experience, and anything that specifically is a type of service you provide within your company. Everyone's business is going to be different, but if you're not quite sure about what your customer journey is for your type of business, I highly recommend you reaching out to me so that we can talk to really dig deep into what are you trying to create within your business and actually writing out a workflow so this can be accomplished. So it's super important to think to yourself, how do I want my customer to go through this experience? What kind of relationship do I want to build so that I can build up their trust and create a loyalty type-based relationship? So the third and final area that I do want to talk about today, which is a system that can help you be more profitable, ties into a little bit of the first two. This one is about creating a system for email marketing. I think that I talk about this a ton on my Instagram page. And you may be thinking to yourself, Jesse, why does it matter about having an email system or email marketing when you are within events or food? Because it matters. I think that we have to really get tied into not the thought process of, let me get someone to pay me once. How would your business shift if you had a retention rate increase? How would your business shift if your customers booked with you more than twice a year? How would your business shift if your customers that are not currently booking with you, but they're still actively sending you referrals, how would that shift your business? If we're just conquering over each individual booking without thinking about how do I increase my retention, how do I get referrals, then it's going to basically be you always working hard to make money. I'm going to say that again. If you're not thinking about nurturing your clients, building up referrals, you will always be hustling for the next client. The reason why email marketing matters within our industry is because the way that someone booked you and the reason why someone booked you today may not be the reason why they booked you in the future. Sometimes our customers will have a one-sided approach and thought process when it comes to us. They may think, oh, this person only does weddings if they booked you for a wedding. They might think that, oh, this person only does baby showers or small events or big events, or they don't know everything that you do. When they are originally booking an event with you for you to do a service, they are probably only thinking about that one thing. It's tunnel vision. They're like, I need to talk to this person because I need to book a bartender, or I need to book a caterer, or I need an event planner for this specific event. They're not thinking about long term. This is where we are the experts. This is when we are the business owners. We are the ones that are creating a structure within our client base so that we're educating them and informing them about the different services that we have. It would only, but for lack of better wording, suck if you go and look on one of your clients' pages and see that they hired someone else to do a small event because they thought you only did big events. Or you go and see that they are shouting out that they went to a live cooking experience and you do live experiences, but they had no clue. This is how email marketing makes your business more profitable. Because now you're able to build these relationships outside of their initial conversation. When I started to find a structure that worked well within my business to nurture my leads, I learned that if I had a mixture of education, tips, and me selling, that I was confident in knowing that on my selling emails, I can expect at least 10 bookings. That was a game changer within my business. I didn't always have to cultivate a whole brand, go out and actively do outreach and marketing for brand new, because what was happening is that my clients, because I was putting out information in a way that they can receive it, they were either booking something with me or sharing it with someone else. So I had a bunch of my business was repeat and referrals. I didn't have to think about how do I become Instagram famous, because I nurtured the heck out of the people I had. I constantly talked about referral incentives, and I kept them informed and educated about upcoming ideas and concepts that we were coming up with through our email marketing. The platforms I like to use right now for email marketing is MailChimp and ConvertKit. I had used MailChimp for a good amount of time, and I did just recently switch over to ConvertKit because of some of the benefits. But to be very honest with you, MailChimp has stepped up their platform in the last year, especially with this new surge of business owners that are entering into the marketplace. I find that a lot of the platforms that were not innovating a lot over the last couple of years, within the last 15 months, they have leveled up their whole game. So if they are taking the time to step up what they're providing for us, their customer, think to yourself, how do I level up what I'm doing for my customer? That does not mean that it costs more. It does not mean that it makes it more complicated. It means that if you can really think about what systems you're wanting to implement within your business, creating your steps and processes that are going to actually create that, then get to work and actually implement it. It's great to sit here and say, I have an email list, but if you're not emailing people on that list, it's just collecting emails. It would be great to actually have a landing page, but if you're not actively marketing that landing page, then not emailing the people that actually get onto that marketing page, on that landing page, then it's self-defeating. I am a big proponent of understanding the importance of having a system that not only depends on you, but for your future team. It can be easy to think, well, it's only me right now, Jesse. Let me just do this all on my own. it's hard to bring someone into a structure that is built on straw. It is hard to bring someone into a business that has a foundation made out of straw. So if you're really looking to grow your brand and your business, I highly, highly recommend you taking heed of these recommendations. I will make sure that I will put in the notes and the captions, the platforms that I mentioned today about having your landing page and your contact form. Both of those can actually be done through MailChimp if you do not have a website at this point in time. For the second part about your customer journey, I will make sure to link about 17 Hats and HoneyBook for you so that you can take advantage of both of those platforms. And then finally, I'll put a link for ConvertKit and MailChimp for you to try out. All of these platforms are great to have within your business, and they're not expensive. Systems and processes are not as costly as people think that they are. Not having them is way more costly than the $9 a month. Because we'll say, let me not use as many platforms as possible. Let me just do everything by paper and pen and Microsoft. But when you're doing things that way, yes, you're saving money when you're talking about monthly cost, but it's actually costing you a lot more when it comes into your capacity, your productivity, and the true growth that you're wanting in your business. So the last thing that I just want to say as a reminder for anyone that's listening, if you have questions, please feel free to comment below. And I will love to be able to address any questions that you may have about what I spoke about today. I will make sure to put a sign up list in the link below so that if you're interested in learning about how to master your back office and being able to create systems and structures for your business to grow, I would love to be able to support you. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like and subscribe and share this video with anyone you think that can benefit from watching this today. And I look forward to coming live and doing more of these recordings for you to help other entrepreneurs in the food and event space to grow their brands from a side hustle to a full-on business. All right, so I look forward to talking to you later. Have a good one. Bye.